Hey guys, so today I'm going to give you my spoiler review of Free Guy. Now, fair warning, this is going to contain spoilers for the movie, so if you have not already seen it or you want to stay completely spoiler free, then, bookmark this, come back later, come check out my thoughts later, but there is going to be spoilers. I'm really excited to talk about Free Guy because I think this one was a lot of fun. So let's dive into it. Before we do, if this is your first time here, I'd love it if you take 1 second and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that notification bell if you enjoy the content. Okay, let's talk about Free Guy. Hey, Tessa from MamasGeeky here. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel. Okay, so as a gamer, I was very excited for this. Just from the trailers, it looked like a lot of fun. Looked like there's going to be a lot of gamer Easter eggs, and I was really excited. So going into it, I was like, yeah, this is going to be really good. I'm sure it's going to be funny. I mean, it's Reynolds and Taika Waititi. Like, what more do you need? Plus, Joe Keery is hilarious. I absolutely love him in Stranger Things. So I was really looking forward to this movie. I will say the first maybe 20 minutes or so, maybe even a little longer, I don't want to say they were bad because they weren't bad. The setup was there. The setup was important, but it just kind of dragged on a little bit. It was like a slow start, right? I was like, okay, all right, when are we going to get to the good stuff? Like, it's good, but like I wanted like hilarious, over the top action, Easter eggs. And it does take a little bit to get there. But my point is just be okay with it, right? Just sit through it. I don't even want to say struggle through it because it's not that bad that you're struggling through it, but like get through it because boy, it totally pays off. Once you get to that about 30-minute mark, it just really gets so much better. And again, it's not bad. It just could have been better. It could have led in better. It was kind of a slow build up and a slow start. But once you start getting all those cameos and like so much action, oh my gosh, once Ryan Reynolds' character, once Guy just like decides he needs to start leveling up, it's like infinitely better, and it's hilarious the things that he does. He's the good guy, right? So you see tons of cameos from YouTube gamers, which was so much fun. Ninja's in this, several others are in there, and they all have great little cameo roles. Also, one of my favorite cameos, and again, guys, like there's spoilers here, okay? One of my favorite cameos was they're talking to someone at the beginning. Millie's character is talking to someone, and he's like masked, kind of, and he's in the game, and it was totally Hugh Jackman's voice, and I was so excited. And the fact that he's masked means Hugh Jackman was likely not on set. It was all ADR, but that's fine. I don't care. I was super excited to hear it, and I was like, yes, I love it because it's that little like, you kind of have Wolverine and Deadpool, even though you don't. It just made me really super happy. Speaking of cameos that make me super happy, I mean, of course, Alex Trebek is in this, which was amazing to see him. I loved that. But towards the end, you get some really great stuff where they were just like, oh, this is Disney, so we're going to throw in some Disney stuff. We're going to throw in some Marvel stuff. We're going to throw in some Star Wars stuff, and it's all amazing. I'm not going to totally spoil that, but I will say there's this fight scene at the end where you're seeing lots of Marvel and Star Wars stuff, and I just probably had a perma-smile on my face at the time. I thought it was great. So let's talk about Taika for a minute, though, because Ryan Reynolds is hilarious, of course. He always is. And yes, there's some heart in this, and there's a little bit of a love story. I did get teary a few times, which is not surprising. If you are a fan of my channel, you know I get teary quite a bit. But Taika Waititi kind of stole the show every time that he was on screen. He is an over-the-top villain. The writing is crazy for him. He is just hilarious, Some of the things he says to people like, oh, you want to be friends? Oh, yeah, you want to eat this thing? Okay, let's come up with this catchphrase. 3, 2, 1, get back to work! Like, he's so funny. All the things he says. He talks about numbers and money, and his character is such a man-child, and he does it so well. He was so funny. For me, the standout of the film. Not to say the rest of the movie wasn't good. I mean, you get some incredible action scenes. Some, again, over the top. Like, this CGI budget must have been through the roof. Stuff like that. And then, like I said, there's also heart, too. But, man, Taika, I loved every single line that came out of his mouth. He had me cracking up. He was a ton of fun in this movie. I kind of adore Taika anyway. I think he's hilarious in everything that he does, but I love seeing him in this role. I thought he really fully embraced it. He was like, all right, I'm going to take this villain. I'm just going to be the biggest man-child, over-the-top villain that I can, and he did it so perfectly. It was fantastic. The heart of the story was great, quite predictable. The movie, it's predictable, but it's still fun. I mean, there's tons of Easter eggs from video games. That's stuff I don't want to spew out to you too much because I don't want to ruin it for people that haven't seen it yet, that don't mind spoilers, but like, come on, Easter eggs and stuff are still so much fun. I mean, you'll see a lot of weapons from games, other games, popular games, I'll put it that way. And just the story overall was a good one. It has a lot of heart. You know, there's that love story in there. It's so predictable. I mean, you know who had a crush on who, and you get it. And I mean, I figured it out fairly quickly before they even really hint at it, and then they just flat out tell you. But I still really enjoyed that story. I thought it was a lot of fun. At the end was great. I just really enjoyed the way they wrapped it all up and put it together, and it was a really cute. It's so weird to call it a cute movie, but it's a cute movie. But it's hilarious. It's very funny. It's a very PG-13 funny, right? I feel like they didn't push the envelope too far, which is why it's not an R rating. It would have been interesting to see them go that route. Obviously they didn't, but I did love what we got. I thought it was enjoyable. So basically my biggest issue with this is that it did take a little while to get going, and it's definitely too long. They could have knocked 15 minutes off of this, especially towards the beginning. It would have been just as good, if not better. But the comedy is there. The action is there. The Easter eggs, the cameos. Like I said, Taika's villain is so funny, so over the top. Absolutely adored him. But Ryan Reynolds is great too, just his innocent. You know, he's an NPC, he's a non-playable character, and he doesn't really get it, right? It takes him a long time to really get it. And Millie's connection with him was great. I think it was really well done. There's a lot of chemistry with this cast, right? Lots of chemistry with this cast. Even with Lil Rel Howery with him and Ryan Reynolds was great too. So I really enjoyed it. All the main characters were really good. Taika steals the show for me though, even over Ryan, which he's like right underneath. Like he was really, really good too. And then probably Joe, and then probably Jodie. Probably if I had to like really full on like pick and rank them, but it's just a ton of fun. It's an absolute blast. If you're a gamer, you're gonna freaking love it because of all the gaming references. Like I said, it's action comedy, which is a great genre, not one we get too often, and it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a freaking blast, and I hope you enjoy it. If you've already seen it, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Free Guy is in theaters now, only in theaters. So I highly recommend going to see it on the big screen. If you have a theater open near you where you feel safe and you want to go, I say go, because this CGI budget totally deserves to be seen on the big screen. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more movie reviews, trailer reactions, celebrity interviews. You guys can also follow me over on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at MamasGeeky over there. MamasGeeky. Thanks for taking the time to watch this, guys. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much to all of my monetary supporters, my members here on YouTube, as well as my patrons. If you haven't joined yet, please consider doing so. We have some really awesome perks, including a monthly Zoom meeting where we get to talk face to face. Thank you again to everyone who supports me.